Hello, hello, hello. What is up? This is Wolf's Guard, episode 10. Last time in Wolf's Guard, our party was invited to the Bloom Fest, a festival in Athanar that celebrates the blooming, which is their way of welcoming the new year as spring arrives, or in the Tarin world, green sprout is what they call spring. The Wolfguard have been invited, specifically Haru, because Haru has a business, the Hilot and Island Souvenirs business, and she has been invited to put up a stall in the Bloomfest and expand the network and whatever. To get there, they have to travel by train, and this train is quite a magical one. It is made out of solid marble that was carved out to these cars or cabins, right? And cars. And they are the train runs on magic vibes that our lizard folk conductor Zem is an expert of. Last time, Kattiana and Lumi were also able to try their hand at vibe controlling the train, and they did so with not any problems, which is good. But the big thing that happened last session was that one of the first class passengers was found to be dead in the first class car. We ended there with the party and some of our NPCs here in the car, just as Mary Pole Mudtop found Dr. Omalar, and the other NPCs and the Wolf's Guard rushed to the scene to find out what happened. And this is where we resume. All right, how do you guys want to proceed?
I think Fir'ual will just say, I can't say I am surprised. But who would want to? I wonder who would want to kill such a man.
Yeah, like I never encountered the guys, so I do want to research, investigate.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know who he is? Like, do I recognize him in like the
you do not
circuit of marketplace? So.
You do not recognize him, no.
Okay.
If you want to investigate, like you go up to the body and do an investigation check, what are you trying to find out? Like, what are you specifically looking for?
How did he die?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah. Like clues, basically.
Sure. Please roll me an investigation check. !C space investigation.
While Herbert is
Wow.
investigating you.
Wow.
Here,
Yes.
Lumi.
Yes, Lumi.
Lumi would just like in a knee-jerk reaction, sees the body, lets up a quick gasp, and then just outright casts a healing word. Just like a knee-jerk reaction. To see if it has anything.
Okay.
Do anything.
You cast healing word and you mutter a word as the incantation for the spell toward the body of Dr. Omalor. The body gets coated in divine and like healing magic, but it kind of flickers and fades away. It is not effective. as they are. There's nothing to heal. For Harubid,
That wasn't
I-
a very good roll.
yeah, I don't know. Perhaps it's the shock of it, something you did not expect. Like your brain, your mind is just focused on the Bloomfest and your stall in the business. And recently, with the finding out that there is another business that's copying your crafts, and
Yeah.
to come into the first class car and have this person dead in front of you, you can't quite like focus enough to find any useful clues.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it
having
possible to track
Track?
or look for prints or footprints?
Sure. Would Fir'ual, you can make either an investigation or survival check. What's obvious though is there isn't like a lot of blood splatter here, and they seem to be stabbed. Dr. Omalar seems to be stabbed in the back, but there is no murder weapon. Fir'ual, with your 25 survival check, let's see. With your that's a pretty good check. How much can I tell
Yeah, I'm
you?
also looking, trying to, like, because Fir'ual hunts, right? So he's looking at the stab wound and the
Right.
method by which
Okay.
the person was stabbed.
Sure. What I can tell you is this stab doesn't seem, because there isn't a lot of blood. He didn't bleed to death, and there isn't a lot of blood because the stab wound isn't even that deep so that it becomes a lethal or fatal attack. So it makes you wonder how would they die if it's just a little prick, a prick from a dagger. You look closely with your survival check. You probably come real close and you, I don't know, look at the wound and then you smell it. And
Yeah, I will smell it.
yeah, it smells funny, like something unnatural is in and around the wound, perhaps a poison.
Yeah. I was suspecting as much. So I will tell the party,
All right.
it is not the stab or the wound that killed this man. It must have been a poison.
Asks Fir'ual, how long do you think this person has been dead?
With your survival check, I would say not more than a few hours. Quite fresh. Anywhere between 2 to 4 hours.
So I tell Lumi that, and I will basically look at the party and ask, who do you think this group of people is carrying or proficient with poison?
Poison.
DM, is Astra able to speak with the dead?
You may.
Okay. Astra will say, she'll kind of clear her throat and she'll say, necromancy is usually not my specialty. I actually do prefer not to dabble in it. But in cases such as this, perhaps it might be best for us to speak with the corpse. If you will allow me, I can try to cast Speak with Dead, so we can ask directly. And then she'll say, like, if you give me some time to prepare the ritual, please try to decide 5 questions. Decide on 5 questions we can ask.
Yeah, and Fir'ual will just say, I think I leave that to Lumi.
Okay. So I'm going. So she's going to take out some incense. It's like the kind, like, you know, during mass where it's like in like this silver ball, and then like with a chain, and she kind of like swings it around. And then so she's like performing this ritual for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, we can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse only knows what it knew in life, including the languages it knew, and answers will be brief, cryptic, or repetitive. So guys, just if you can like type out the questions, like what happened? What should we ask it?
Please make it
I think the first question, who killed you?
Can they answer more than yes or no?
They said just brief, cryptic, or repetitive answers. So they didn't say yes or no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'd like to, because Kattiana's right there, right? I should ask, like, are you not familiar with poison? Would you happen to identify this liquid over here?
Okay, that's interesting. Let me check Kattiana's sheet.
Since you are very good with the stabby.
With the stabby stuff.
I want to see Wayne talk like Kattiana.
No.
Oh,
Let's see, her background is...
Act as at Kattiana.
I mean,
She's
she's...
an assassin, supposedly. She's an assassin.
Her class. Yeah, sure. You know what? Sure, I'm gonna have her make an investigation check. So I'll roll here. It's a +6. She rolled a 9. +6 is 15. Pretty good. 15.
She's the smartest in the group, unfortunately.
She's a smart. Is she actually?
The highest
She's the
in.
highest in-
With 12. Okay.
Are we able to see what this person, what's his name again?
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Omalor, yeah. Dr.
Omalord.
Omalor.
What did
Lord.
like, are we able to like discern what Omalord may have eaten before? Like, was there like a cup nearby or like a plate of food?
Interesting.
DM, I'd like to ask.
Yeah.
There's a dining part.
I'm assuming that the poison isn't natural, because if it was, then Fir'ual would probably recognize if it was naturally occurring in nature.
Right.
That's true.
So with Kattiana's roll, 15, not bad. She will say that the dagger and the poison that coats it, I need to be careful with what I share because I don't want this to be too easy, you know. So
Yeah.
but she will share that the poison that killed Dr. Omalor seems to be something rare, like it comes from a magical creature that, you know, is hard to acquire, and it's a poisonous creature. However, it seems to be mixed with the poison seems to be mixed with another liquid that coated the blade that was meant to just make the target fall into a very deep sleep.
Oh.
While
Wow.
And that
while
is,
in theory,
So
what
by
is
the
it?
that is chemistry.
yeah.
Wait.
Fir'ual
That's
basically that does not make sense.
Like a roofie.
Like a ruby.
I got you.
Can we check how everyone is looking
Yes.
like how they are actually reacting to the situation? Can we
Sure.
like how is everyone? Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, inside check.
Do I-
I will look at everyone's passive insight just to like quick
Check the PP energy.
quick scan of the room. I think Fir'ual has the biggest
Is the PI.
Fir'ual has the biggest
PI, passive
PI.
investigation?
DM
No
will,
insight. What,
Lumi will
Lumi?
be specifically listening for something else. Like while Urzi is trying to process how everyone is reacting
Uh-huh.
to the event, Lumi will be sort of like listening out for anything out of the particular, thinking that this could be a distraction, like listening out like towards the next table cars or
Got
around.
it. Got it. Lumi, you actually do hear movement from behind you, but I'll get back to you later, okay? But that's very good. You hear movement from behind you. For Fir'ual and Kattiana and Ur'zudel has okay. Fir'ual and Kattiana, you're looking around the room. Very very brief look around. Mary Pole looks very distraught. Rain seems to be in shock but more concerned about what taking care of Marypole. Keys is just making sure Princess Irel is safe and okay, and the princess seems to be in shock but not as much as Marypole, because she's royalty. She's unfortunately used to seeing people die and assassination attempts and whatever. She's not like completely used to it, but it's not new to her, and Keys is just being protective. Sir Harold is just waking up and he's like, oh, what's on about? And then Kamtashkmilad doesn't seem shocked, but more like kind of like the same reaction as Fir'ual had, where it's like serves that person right, something along those lines, that bad karma comes back around whatever. And I think those are all the NPCs. Yep. Oh, Naden is by Dr. Omalor, and it's kind of like Naden is already a very anxious type of person, but he looks like he's having a anxiety attack. He's breathing heavily. He's like
He has a panic attack right now.
yeah, exactly.
All 14 symptoms.
Dang, I need to go job hunting now. Anyway, okay, back to Lumi. Lumi, you hear movement from behind you. Do you look behind?
Yes.
All right, behind you, you see some figures. I'm just going to unveil all of them, but the ones you see is just this goblinoid creature that has on a white long-sleeved shirt, a bow tie, some glasses, and a red sleeveless vest, right? And knocks on the door behind you. Tuk tuk tuk. Do you step aside?
Turn invisible.
You're invisible
I turn invisible now.
now.
Not like before the thing approaches.
Sure. Let's label that as this. Okay, you are invisible. The blue circle is invisibility. In that case, he will just go forward. So do you dodge like out of the way? I'm guessing.
Yes.
Sure. Let me move you guys around. And then he just like coughs and and then he says, wait, let me give him a voice. He says, "Listen up, Shay. The Jade Brigade is here. We are the security hired for this train here, see, and you all understand that there is a murder that has happened here, see, and we would like for everyone to cooperate, see, and we'll get things back into proper safety and security, see. But first off, the boss would like to meet you all. So when you're ready, let's meet over in the previous car, see." And then,
Does the Jade Brigade sound familiar to us? Do we recognize what that is?
very, very good question. Astra, let me see. You're quite studious. Acolyte, right? Okay, cool. You may... Oof, but your history is... Religion... Sure, you have the option to roll a history with advantage or a religion flat roll.
Oh, religion flat roll.
Go for it.
18?
Very nice. An 18 will do. The Jade Brigade is a... I wouldn't say ancient, but they are a very old group that was known to kind of like along the same lines of like the Crusaders and Templars of the real world. And the name, the Jade Brigade, was donned by a group of very zealous type of people that usually wore knightly armor with like green cloth and apparel and whatever. These people in the other cart do not match at all with your knowledge of what the Jade Brigade is supposed to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I know is that they come from like a holy order.
Holy, would they be?
Or like from a specific order.
Yeah. I would
Oh,
say
yeah.
more along the lines of like druidic, but not divine.
Got
you
it.
know? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
And they've the name Jade Brigade has it's kind of something that was used like very, very long time ago, and it was thought that they disappeared. But so this is surprising that someone else, like another a group, is calling themselves the Jade Brigade.
Okay. Astra, like she'll just overhear it while she's still doing the ritual. So I guess if Pops leaves the car because he says, you can like follow, Astra will like start casting the ritual for Speak the Dead.
Cool.
And she will she'll put her hands in the air, and then like the incense smoke that she was kind of like spinning around, it starts to sort of like form like this smoke circle, and then she will say, "Hear these words, hear my cry, spirits from the other side. Come to me, I summon thee, cross now the great divide. Those who now are in this house will hear the truth from this spirit's mouth." And then the smoke is gonna gather into like the nose and the mouth and the ears of like, oh my lord.
Okay.
And yeah, and then he will, I don't know,
Awesome.
reanimate.
You get an inspiration.
Yay!
So the smoke.
Thank you.
What you said, and you have questions?
I have 3 questions. If
Here,
anyone
who
else has a
killed you?
question,
What was the last thing you ingested? Who was the most motive intent to kill you? Okay.
yeah. If anyone else has like two more questions or like extra questions, I'll just ask like, who did this to you first? And if anyone else has questions, just pop it in the chat. Like, who did this to you?
Okay. Let me think. What was the last thing you ingested? Do you know who could have done this? What was the most? Okay. After asking who killed you, he will answer. Let me. I'm gonna read the spell again, okay? Just
Sure. You can be as cryptic as you want to be.
You grant the sample sometimes allow me to answer questions. The course was fine. Knows only what they know in life, calling languages no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you're hostile to it, or recognizes you as an enemy. In this spell, only its animating spirit does the course. Okay, sure. The smoke will enter Dr. Omalor's body, and it will exit again from the mouth, and a little like face will start to cloud above the mouth, and the face will start speaking. The face will say, after asking the question, who killed you, the face will say, they were with what do I want to say? I want to
You can just describe someone.
you know what? He's gonna say the green one.
That narrows it down. Got it. The green one.
The green one.
Jade
green
Brigade.
I mean,
Ruben.
Haru's green.
Yeah. It narrows it down to a lot of people.
Whoa. Mhm.
And then
Only Astra
everyone-
hears this, or does everyone around you? By the
I
way,
think everyone hears it, Mantingali.
until the spell, man, the spell for long to answer the questions you pose. Bitaw, no, it doesn't say.
I'll leave that up to you.
Do you speak Elvish?
I do not. Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Primordial.
I have a feeling this bitch is gonna answer in Elvish. It's
You truly a bitch.
like, you know, automatically speak to like his first and favorite language, you know.
Sure. So does anyone else hear the Elvish?
I think most of us.
Yeah, like the whole room can hear it, but he's
Okay.
speaking in Elvish.
Astra will look like at Fir'ual and Urzi and Lumi like, Astra will say, will ask who has the most motive or intent to kill you.
He will answer. He will answer. The green one. Again.
Astra will
Haru, why
ask.
do you kill him?
Astra will ask, what was the last thing you touched or ate, or like the most recent thing you touched or ate?
Yeah.
He will say. He will say. A lifeless tree.
The last thing he touched or ate was a lifeless tree?
Yeah.
Tables made of wood.
I don't know. Maybe elves like eating lifeless tree. I don't know. Maybe they like eating branches. Okay.
Well, the table is made of wood, so.
Maybe he was stabbed with a stick. Astra will ask, do you wish to remain in the underworld, or do you wish to rejoin us?
Live.
Live.
I will leave Fir'ual to decide.
He says live.
Okay.
He wants to be alive again.
Okay. Astra will be like,
Maybe he wants us to live, you know. Don't live your life.
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
well, Astra will look at after I guess someone translates. She's gonna look at Naden and be like, you would not happen to have a diamond on your person, possibly worth 300 gold pieces?
He nods, and then he's like, yes, oh well, not on. It's in our cabin, but like, and then yeah, he's still kind of panicking, but yeah. But he says that they have a diamond in their cabin, in the sleeping quarters.
Okay.
And he starts standing up slowly.
Oh, actually, I cannot revivify him because he's died definitely more.
Yeah, he's been dead for hours.
Like more than a minute.
Revivify can only work if it's been a minute.
Yeah, so after I'll be like, I've forgotten the parameters of this spell. I'm afraid I will not be able to.
Then that means we need 500 or 5,000 gold? 500 gold.
Yeah. I have to check for Raise the Dead, but I think it's pretty expensive.
Naden doesn't like falter. He still keeps on,
That's 500 GP.
Yeah. He waits at the door of the car here, looks back at you, and he's like, Will you revive my master?
If you happen to have a diamond possibly worth 500 gold pieces, of substantial size, I will be able to bring him back.
Yeah, he just nods, and then maybe you can check.
I check?
Yeah, he wants you to go with him to their cabin.
Okay, Astra will nod as she'll say, I will follow Nathan to retrieve the diamond. Perhaps it would be best if the rest of you met with this Jade Brigade. And then she'll give them like a brief, like, informing them like she only knows that this was like this almost extinct organization with like druidic ties, but seems to be back again. But she didn't expect them to be back in like this way, like on a train.
Yeah.
So she'll explain that, and then she'll go with Nathan.
Cool. All right. And so,
While Astra was speaking with the dead, Lumi actually went ahead and scout the next room.
oh,
Invisible.
the sleeping cars.
The one with the green guys.
Oh, got it.
The rest of us saw him disappear, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lumi, you enter, and Pops, just goes over here, and then he whispers something into this guy, and then goes behind the bar and prepares drinks and whatever. Lumi enter here. There's these two abnormally they're kind of weird. They have the physique and body of a hobgoblin, but hobgoblins to usually have like red or like the warmer colors of like flesh, but these ones still retain the green that most goblins do. They don't notice you at all. And then these guys over here in the booths, they're kind of like sitting, but because they were told to sit, but it's clear they kind of have like ADHD. They're playing with their one is like picking their toenails, another is like this guy's just like scratching his beard, this guy's picking his nose. They're very like they move around a lot. They can't sit. They seem like they can't sit still, and they don't want to. If you move forward a little bit, this guy over here is sitting back on this booth, and he seems to not notice you until he says, like, kind of like announcing to the room. He will say, let me think. He will say, there is no use for your stealth and discretion. I welcomely invite you here. Show yourself.
Does he see me? Like, does he look like he can see me? Where exactly I am?
He's not looking at you. He's like just. He's kind of like leaning. He's leaning back and I don't know. He's looking like just like in like the front area of this booth. But you can feel that he senses you, and you cannot confirm yet if he can see you because he has not looked your direction.
He's talking to the air.
So,
Wait,
I was actually in the CR when Pops entered. What was it that Pops announced earlier in the next car?
That they are the security that is in charge for like they're the security for the train. And when Pops came to the room here in the first class car, he invited you guys to like go into the drinking car at least one by one, cause they kind of wanna do like it's not an interrogation. You guys aren't being like detained or anything, but they want to start talking to people.
Oh. Actually, I was wondering if there's a way for us to ask around them if ever like we have a question though, like going from the drinking car to the first class car, is there a like someone stopping them from going in? Like is there a like some like for example from a normal train, if you go to a first class cabin, you're not allowed to if you don't have a ticket or something like that?
No. It's kind of like you can kind of
Like a
like
ticket collector?
just move around.
So anyone is free to move around. No, like anyone just can go up to the first class.
Yeah, cause when Dr. Omalor died, and then you guys rushed into the first class car, you guys still were able to go in, even though you don't have first class tickets.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
meaning any of these guys here, the drinking car, could have just went into the first class car immediately, right?
It seems like it. It's also kind of odd where they came from, cause you guys like, well, some of you explored majority of the train, and you didn't see any of these guys.
They just kind of
Yeah.
popped up.
They
I'm not
did.
even sure I saw their items in the galley car.
Yeah, they kind of just popped up.
Oh, I kind of wanna talk to them and ask around, were they near?
Do you
Omolor,
wanna
or
enter the room?
Yeah.
Sure, go for it.
As Urzi enters the room, Lumi will first answer Maldigar.
Okay.
Lumi, invisible, walks over to this bar stool. He sits down.
Mm-hmm.
You probably notice like a glass there somewhere, and he picks it up, like sort of like plays around with it. So there's like a floating glass, and calls out loud to the room, "Forgive me for the extra layer of being of the defense. There has been a murder in this place, and you can't be too careful. And I have heard that you have summoned us."
This guy will say, I admire your what's the term? I admire your carefulness. But do not be alarmed, you are among colleagues here. Please, sit with me. Let's have a talk.
Lumi walks towards Maldigar, maybe with like a little bit more heavy-footed than usual, to sort of announce his footsteps. Also, he is going to prepare, ready in action.
Okay.
At the first sign of like a threatening magic, he's going to cast a spell.
What is the spell?
Probably
Let me
counter
s-
spell.
Okay. Let me see. Counterspell is just somatic component, right? Let me check. Yeah, it's just somatic. Sure. You actually you don't need to ready counterspell because it's a reaction.
All right then.
Yeah, but I get what you mean. You're just getting ready. Sure. You're there
There's a
and
floating glass in front of him there.
sure. There's a floating glass. You put it in the At this point, when you step like at the side of the booth, Maldogar like looks up at your direction, and then seems like he's looking at you dead in the eye. And as he does, when you lock eyes with him, you see his eyes glimmer.
Um, Lumi sits down, um, sends a smile as if to acknowledge that Maldugar can see me,
Mm-hmm.
and then just straightly asks, "What business do you have with us?"
Cool. So he will say, "Of course, my name is Maldugar. I am the head security of this fine train, and it is my responsibility to investigate whatever occurred in the first class car. As of right now, I have no choice but to label you as well as the rest of your companions and other people in the car as suspects. I will conduct my investigation thoroughly and will detain those whom I deem to be a threat to all the other passengers here." That is what he says.
Lumi smiles and says, "Great, that is good news. It looks like um, our goals align, and I do not mind being placed as suspect as such my companions. We can assure you, we did no such deed. How can we help you?" May sulod na ka ni Urzi.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
You're,
Yeah. So was I able to hear? No, I wasn't able to hear that. Right.
I'll say you were able to hear the part where Maldugar introduces himself and what they're supposed to do. So the only thing you missed was, their Maldugar and Lumi's initial exchange of
So I heard the last parts like about finding whatever
Yes.
and stopping whoever is gonna create a problem in the car.
yes.
Mm.
Yeah, Ur'zudel, you come in. Um, um, uh, Pops sees you, and then Pops looks at Maldugar, and then Maldugar is just gonna give Pops a signal, and then Pops is gonna say, "Hey, you, she, if you're gonna come in, just walk straight in. She, go over beside your friend over there. She." Yeah, you can
Oh.
join them if you want.
So basically, are you saying that Maldegar is actually like an investigator type?
Yes, he is
And
yeah, he will be the lead investigator for this.
okay, so if I heard that part, can I go near Maldegar and say, um, being discreet and all that? Like, can I say like, hey, I heard what she said. Oh, I overheard what she said about finding whatever the cause of this incident.
Murder.
How can is it in this murder scene? You know, can I? Is there a possible way that I can help?
Yes. If you truly say that you are innocent, I guess how you can help is gather as much intel as you can and present your findings to us. And together, we shall put the pieces together and find this murderer. And with that,
Okay.
I'll get back to you as we come here to the sleeping car. Astra, you here?
Yeah.
Julio. Did I decide where these guys were they in the sleeping car? Two sleeping car? I want to say they were in sleeping car 1. Sure, why not? There. They were here in this room. Naden.
Did anyone else want to come with Astra, or is everyone just kind of like chilling in the first class car?
No. I want to join.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. You can join. Haru's there. You
And just keep an eye on the dead body.
All right, noted. You guys enter their room, and on the one half of the room, it looks very tidy and kempt. And at the foot of the bed is a like a briefcase with the initials O, and then I don't know, OR for Omalar, Dr. Omalar, and then R something. And you know that the clean tidy side is Dr. Omalar's, and on the other side is Naden's side, and it's kind of messy, and there are like papers and notes all over the bed, and you see one briefcase that's labeled Naden, and then even more brief suitcases and like maletas that also belong to Dr. Omalar, that he's making Naden lug around and whatever. So anyway, Naden digs through one such suitcase, and it's kind of like a bag of holding where it seems endless. Naden has his whole arm into it, so the bag is like up to his shoulder, and he pulls out several diamonds, actually, of different sizes and variety. And then he looks at both of you, and then he's like, will any of these do, lady Astra?
Astra will look a little bit shocked, and she'll say, is there one that's like worth 500 looking? Like, is there one that looks like it?
Expensive.
Yeah. Astra, you guys can tell. You can find like one, several actually, that can be used.
Astra will pass it over to Haru, and she'll say, I trust that you'd be able to appraise. And then she'll pass the diamond to Haru for Haru to inspect.
Yeah,
And then Astra will ask
quality.
Naden, how is it that you happen to be traveling with several diamonds on your person? Is this not dangerous?
Well, the doctor is quite powerful, and normally we can take care of ourselves. Well, he takes care of us, and there have been many threats on his life, as a lot of people don't like him. So these are just a precaution. He's quite the cautious man, and he's been around for a long time. So over the many years of his life, he's able to collect a lot of these things and material components and whatnot. But I and he's like heavily breathing again, and then he's like, I wanna ask Lady Astra, will you actually revive him?
Can Astra sort of like study to see if perhaps Naden doesn't look so excited to revive him?
Yeah, you can roll an insight check, but let me check your PI also. But please roll an insight check for me.
This is Revivify, right?
This will be Raise Dead, which is like a higher level spell.
Okay.
I rolled I think a 19.
19, pretty good. Yeah, he doesn't seem to want the doctor to be revived.
What?
where he doesn't seem to want the doctor to be revived.
Yeah.
And then Astra will hold it, and she will say, I will need to see if this will match up to the specifications of the spell. And then as she passes by, she's going to whisper to Haru, like, Haru, can you please ask Naden, see if he may have motive? What was his relationship like? I worry that I may be intimidating. Strangely, my aura does not seem to be warm and cuddly.
And you think mine is? Okay, sure.
She'll. You're more charismatic. Also, I need to run to the bathroom. So,
Okay.
if you suss out if Naden, like, could Naden have a reason to kill him? Like, he was his assistant,
Yeah,
and he doesn't want him alive. Let's hear that. Cool. So fill me up in the chat. Fill me in the chat.
Yeah. All right.
Coolio.
I guess it's time for good cop. Feel like I crack my neck. Not intimidating at all. So Naden, my boy.
Yeah. Lady Haru.
So, can I like? Do I have any like soothing oils or something to like make him less stressed? Yeah, with my logo, of course. Helot brand oils, essential oils. Here, smell this. So it's like white flour, but
Okay, cool.
but
He smells it, and then
of this world.
first he like reels his head back because it's a strong smell that he's not used to, but then he goes back for seconds and he's like, oh, this is quite nice after the initial shock factor. Is it okay if
Almost
I
like your sorry. Almost like your the doctor. He does have a very striking personality.
Oh yeah, as I mentioned to earlier, he has made a lot of enemies, and there have been previous death threats before. He's a difficult person to be around.
So why is this any different? Like, what makes this one like what made someone actually seal the deal, if you know what I mean? So like, I'm trying to be his friend, like friendly.
Perhaps
Naden.
perhaps an enemy found it easier to strike him while we're on the train. It's quite difficult to get him when we're out in the open or in a city, or so maybe whoever did it thought that this would be the ideal time.
You've been his companion for how long?
Nearly 2 years now. I've been his apprentice. The first year was the hardest, but I got used to it. I adjusted, and recently I just got my qualification for a level 1 mage, so in a few weeks I can go off on my own.
Oh, and how did the doctor feel about you? Leaving his tutelage.
Oh, he was ecstatic about it. He signed my papers right away, and this attending the Bloomfest and staying in Athenar for a few more weeks would have been our last trip, and it's just, and then he starts to like panic and like tear up and whatever. It's like we were supposed to spend this last moment together, but like now he's gone. And so yeah,
Yeah, can I try to check if it's sincere? How do I
sure.
know?
Insight.
Insight. Oh no. Okay. Go. Uh,
11.
I think Astra was also observing.
Sure, Astra can roll 2. Astra, please roll insight check.
Oh, Astra's out of the room. She went.
Oh.
She went back to the other car to see if the diamond would be worth the.
Oh yeah.
So it's just the both of you.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, with an 11, Haru, you can't get a read so much. Haven't been quite lucky investigating and like getting a feel for other people, but there is a uh, 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 a young adult, or is he a teen? He's probably a teenager, like late teens, crying and panicking in front of you right now.
Can I do something like like what I did with the animals? If I can calm them down with my.
You can make a persuasion check. I'll say.
Yeah, and I wanted to inquire. Like, yeah, I'll do the persuasion.
Go for it. 13. You're doing okay. It's past. You're calming him down a little bit, but he's not comfortable with, a big, bulky person trying with a deep voice and like strong muscles and like armor calming him down. He's trying to calm down, but it's okay.
Hey, calm down, buddy. It's okay. Hey, tell me more about I'm gonna ask him to tell me stories about Omalor,
Sure.
and maybe I want to inquire further if he's like okay, because that's a lot of components. He's a mage. He might want to use them. I don't know how to incorporate that in my questioning.
Oh, like his.
I don't know. I mean, is his the bag of holding? Is
Yeah,
he
yeah,
the
yeah.
heir? Does he inherit all of this?
Oh. He will say that if the doctor will not be revived, the materials will be returned to the school that they
Okay.
they came from, the wizarding school they came from.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get back to you. So Astra, you went back up to the first class car. You meet with Fir'ual, and you are currently there with Fir'ual and the body.
Oh, cool. Sorry, I'm eating. So.
All good. Fir'ual, while all of that happened, did you want to do anything in the first class car before Astra came back?
No, I just wait. I'm just waiting for Nathan to come back and Astra to.
You don't want to try to
Revive.
talk to the other NPCs?
No, I don't seem to trust most of them.
Sure. All good, all
Astra will
good.
come back, and then she will kind of whisper to Fir'ual and say, "Well, if I start trying to resurrect him. I will be of no use, as it takes quite a long time to prepare and cast the spell. But it was quite interesting that Naden did not want his employer to be brought back to life. In fact, he seemed quite scared of him.
And Fir'ual would just say, I can imagine why. If I was him, I wouldn't want him to be back either. Fir'ual just doesn't, but and he would say, but just so you know, you said those Jade Brigade, right, was supposed to be
Druidic?
somewhat of a druidic holy order. I've seen the people on the other side, and they look nothing like the one you described. So it does not make sense.
This is true. Perhaps they have just adopted a name that has been cast by the wayside of history. They thought that it sounded impressive and have adopted it, despite not having any ties to druidic beliefs or anything. They seem like quite a rough bunch.
So I do not know if I trust them either.
All right.
Yeah, Astra will nod and then she'll just kind of like prep the things just in case she's gonna start with a spell, unless something happens.
Cool. I'm sure the other NPCs will ask you what you plan to do, and then you just tell them that you're gonna try to resurrect Dr. Omarlar. Yeah, like most of them do like show some concern. Key's not really. Key's just concerned about protecting Princess Irel. Irel is the one who's like a little bit worried. Mary Pole looks she's kind of recovered, and she seems to express that although yes, the doctor was very mean to her, she could not imagine, like anyone hurting him. She seems to be very like nice and pure soul, whatever. Kamtashmilar is, just being a douche, like not really caring. He wants to leave the first class car. But when he tries to leave from this side, what's their name? The Jade Brigade, they stop him, and then he tries to leave from, it's like through the other side. No, do you let him?
I think Fir'ual will just say, I think it is best if everyone remains so they can be seen. Wouldn't you agree? Keys unreal.
Keys will like draw his weapon and like point at Kamtashmilar and say, yeah. What the elf with the bow says? You better sit down and stay here. Like I can keep my eye on you. And then Kamtashmilar is like, please. I have no interest in being part of this. I am innocent, and therefore I would wish to leave. And then Keys is just like, no, you're not getting past me. You better stay there and just sit down. And then they look like they're about to fight, but Irel is like, gentlemen, please, let's be patient and tactful. Sir Kamtashmilad, was it? If you would be so kind as to just return to your seat. And then Kamtashmilad looks down at Keys and then just says, you are lucky that your mistress over here is very charming. And then he will go back and like sit down somewhere. He'll sit far away here. Sir Harold is sobering up. He's quite baffled. I say, what a dreadful thing that has happened here. It reminds me of the time when he goes on. Like, that's another story of how he was also on another train with a murder mystery. Alright, back here in the drinking car, Ur'zudel and Lumi, you are in conversation with Maldugar. What else would you like to chat here?
Oh wait, do we still have the bond thing with the rest of the people? Like, can they make like thought transfer, or,
telepathic
like, whatever
bond?
they learned? Yeah, the
I don't have
telepathic.
worries. I'm so sorry. It's a message. It was an only cantrip. But Lumi is going to welcome Ur'zudel into the seat telepathically, and in effect, he can reply telepathically to me.
Okay. So I'll telepathically reply. I sit down. I reply telepathically. Okay, I'll sit down. I don't know how to move it first. Yeah, and then I'll sit this. Yeah, and then is it a way for us to make a telepathic bond to everyone that's trying to gather information, so that we don't have to keep on going around and telling each other, "Oh, what have you learned?" You know.
I
So
mean,
basically,
if
it's
you
gonna be
guys have access to the spell Rary's telepathic bond, you could.
I didn't learn it. I'm so sorry. I do have access to it. But
It's all good.
Urzi, you can. I'm not gonna arrange that message. Hold on. You can practically tell me something you want. I can pass it on to other people telepathically. But let me check the range.
so that anything anything that everyone else is gathering, we can easily tell Maldugar what's happening, because he needs the details though.
Yeah.
We don't know that yet. I mean, he's also sus to me, but
120
Why are you so trusting to him, man?
120
First
foot
of all,
range.
he
120
looks blue, not green. So
Lumi, you can reach up to sleeping car 1, so you can reach Haru. So you're
Great.
fine. You're in range. Everyone's in range of you.
alright. So I telepathically tell Urzi, I'm sorry, my fairy friend. I can only pass your message on to other people telepathically.
okay. So I telepathically tell Lumi, please tell everyone to centralize all information, so we don't end up letting it be overheard by everyone else, so that they can't make their own change of information in a sense. So whatever information that you guys find out, everyone will have an idea without speaking them out, you know? Like, so no transfer of information will be sent outside of our telepathic bond. Forward.
DM, do you want me to like? Because I will. Do you want me to like roleplay the switchboard like me? Please hold. Yes, connecting to Mr. Fir'ual. If yes, please hold. Do you want me to roleplay that or?
Oh my god, yeah, please.
You can, but like, if you think that, you know, you don't need to, it's okay.
Might be time consuming though.
That is so cute.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
be so
A
fun.
little time consuming.
So, because I was about to ask everyone individually if they found out anything. Yeah, exactly that, Harry.
Sure.
Just find one. So yeah, there you go, DJ.
So,
Did you want to ask Maldegar something, DJ?
No. Basically, he is the information gatherer, I think. So I would like to rather ask some other people before considering giving him any information, because I don't have any information yet to give.
So you want to leave this car and start asking around?
Yes, most indubitably.
indubitably.
All right. Lumi, acknowledges Maldugar's request for an investigation. He stands up, so a floating glass stands up,
Okay.
and then before he leaves, like turning his back, he has been loud speaking in conversation with Maldugar this whole time, but this time he stops short of the aisle and speaks with Maldugar telepathically.
Cool.
And he says, ano ba ito tanongin ko? Nakalimutan ko. But Mr. Maldugar, I recognize your authority here, and it is great that someone is on the duty to get this done. We would like to know, since you asked us so kindly to help you, what information do you have so far, if you would be so kind as to share?
He will share that he is only suspicious of your group and the first class. So anyone from economy and the rest of business class outside of the Wolf's Guard, they are not suspect to this. He also does not suspect Zem, the conductor. And then he says that he will have new information in within the hour. He will have new information, he says, as you noticed, like, two of the goblins leave the car.
Mr. Maldugar, Lumi acknowledges. He takes another step forward and says, what of your friends here, telepathically still, would they not want to help us personally in the next car to interrogate? You seem like you have a number of people to make this task more quicker.
He nods, and then he looks at Mash, he looks at Bash, and like gives them like he tilts his head towards the other car, and then they start going.
Wait, so Maldugar does not suspect any of the green people here in Drinking Car?
No, it's his team, it's his crew.
Oh my god.
So
What happened?
Lumi, no, I think I'm trying to ask them to help us with the investigation. Lumi steps further towards the next car and then, still telepathically talking to Maldugar. This Jade Brigade sure is very handy, and this seems like standard process for your group. Yes, it is the Jade Brigade's tasks to investigate murder.
He will say, not quite. It is usually our job to prevent things from happening or getting this far. But now that we are here, we must step up. So he basically expresses that they're usually, hired for security, and it usually doesn't get to this point where someone dies under their watch. So this is why it's important to Maldugar to find the killer, because it's his reputation on the line.
I see. And Lumi further asks, so you have been in this car the whole time as well?
he says no, and then he will express to you that they were not in this car when, at least he was not, and the big guys, Mash and Bash and Pops, they were not on the train. They just had the little goblins act as scouts, and when they learned about the murder, they sent Maldogar a message, and they teleported into the train. After he shares this, you realize that what he performed was like powerful magic. So he's, not he's above game terms. He's a high level spellcaster.
Noted.
Yeah.
And Lumi knows about this Jade Brigade. Like from his travels, he
Oh,
has come
you
across upon this.
are. Yeah, you're a bard of lore bard, right? Lore.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Yeah, you would. I'd say. What I told Sean earlier about like them, the original Jade Brigade being like druidic knights of old, and them, thought to have been extinct, and it's quite odd for these guys to be calling themselves the Jade Brigade. It's you don't know if they're doing it as homage, or if they don't know about the Jade Brigade and it's just coincidence that they called themselves the Jade Brigade. So you're not sure, but yeah, you know about the original term, the original group.
Lumi will try to like casually mention that na parang I have not heard of this druid group for a very, very long time in my travels. It is very odd to me to such an odd coincidence to find you here after so long. And I've been traveling far, my group included, far and wide. Would you tell me more about your group, this Jade Brigade?
And he will share that to you later as I jump on to another car. Nathan and Haru, what are you doing there, or are you going
Ooh,
to?
Haru, can you ask Nathan, like, would Nathan recognize the phrase "the green one"? Like, who could the green one be to
Yeah.
Omalar?
Yeah, I can ask Nathan.
Okay.
Yeah, so like,
Nathan will.
does he know? Did you inform other people about?
The ghost spoke out loud in Elvish, and Nathan understands Elvish.
Okay.
When you guys did the speak to with the thing, so Nathan is going to say, "Oh, the doctor was unfortunately quite expressive when it comes to racial situations, and when she says things like
He's
that,
racist.
he to put it that way, yeah, but when he says things like that, he usually means a specific race or group of races. So green one would kind of mean half orc or goblin, or, and then he's kind of like, turtling as he says half orc and like avoiding eye contact with you.
Okay, I relay the message with what Aiden said. It can't be me. Nathan, calm down. I assure him that I was busy in another cart with accompanied by trustworthy people, so it can't be me.
I truly hope it is not. Anyway,
But
if,
yeah, I do
if
relay the message that what Omalor said is specifically more on the skin color, so it may be a half orc or a goblin.
all right, and with that, Nathan is like, okay, if we're done here, I'd like to go back to the first class car, please.
Yeah, I'll go with you.
All right, cool, and you leave. I'd say about half an hour has passed, or maybe 45 minutes, and Nathan's gonna be over here. Asha there. Sure. About 45 minutes. At this point, Lumi, Ur'zudel, you guys are talking with Maldugar. So, okay, I'll breeze past through this. Maldugar will share that their Jade Brigade is not that old. Their group, maybe under, maybe not under, maybe maybe like under 2 years old. Their Jade Brigade, and they express that Maldugar expresses that he did, or at least his bosses called themselves the Jade Brigade after the historical ones, the Druidic Knights, because drawing inspiration from their name. They don't completely align in their like mission, but they thought it a cool name for like the Jade Brigade as a cool name to be specifically for an organization that only employed half orcs, goblins, and other green skinned goblinoids. So that's that. But they are similar in that, you know, their group is kind of righteous in the sense that they want to help change the world's perspective of goblinoids and put them under a better light, basically. So that's what Maldugar shares to Lumi. And I think Lumi, like, because it has been like, 45 minutes, you and Ur'zudel would have been in the first class car already with Bash and Mash helping you interrogate other people. Do you want to do that or what? Astra Rain is the bartender who was serving you guys drinks in the drinking car. He was also the one.
He totally did it. He totally did it. He probably just said some shitty racist thing and then Rain poisoned him.
We all know what Nathan said already to Haru, right?
Sure.
So yeah, I'd want to check as Bash and Mash enters the first class car, if Rain looks worried about them or recognizes them. So I want to do an insight check.
Okay. Yes, you may see insight on Naden as Bash and Mash enter.
No, on Rain.
Oh, interesting. On Rain as Bash and Mash enter. Insight check on Rain. Sure. 15. With a 15, Rain will look shocked to see them because they look quite interesting. They look like a merge of hobgoblin and goblin, wherein they look like they look like tall and buff goblins, which is odd. And this is the first because Rain only ever met Pops, right? When Pops entered the room first and announced the presence of the Jade Brigade, so which piqued the interest of everyone in the room. And now Bash and Mash are here. Rain, as well as like the other people, they're kind of like curious, like who, or like, oh, these Jade Brigade people must be serious because they're bringing around like muscle, you know. So it's like that.
Fir'ual will approach Rain and just say, just chat him a bit and say, these people are here to investigate all of us. Would you happen to know who killed the doctor over there?
He will say, did I decide who's the deity for orcs? Let me say.
Groosh.
Now he'll just say, no, I swear to Vida, I don't know who it is. I came into the room as quick as I could when I heard Maripol shout, and I didn't see anybody. It was just the doctor lifeless in the booth.
So I will insight check that answer.
Go for it. 24.
Damn.
Sheesh. Let me see. Let me check my notes. Bum bum. My notes. Rain seems to be honest.
Oh man. Okay. So I'll tell. Wait. So if we have a telepathic thing, I'll go dear Astra and Haru and tell them that it seems the half orc seems to be telling the truth. I'll be right back for a while.
All right. Lumi, you guys were interrogating people with Bash and Mash.
Are we still talking telepathically?
Sure.
Is this
okay. I'll give you guys a choice, cause Maldugar is a powerful spellcaster. I can give him Rari's telepathic bond. You guys can be bonded, all of you, but this will include Maldugar. Will you allow this, or would you rather do the pass the message thing that Lumi is doing?
The operator Lumi.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I trust Maldigo personally, but yeah.
I think, I don't know, he's a green one, but it just seems too convenient if he was the bad guy. Tingali.
It's the queen in me. I'm fighting for the greens.
I think
Like his cause?
I think personally for me, I think we should stick to Operator Lumi, but maybe the Wolf's Guard should probably just convene in one car together to talk.
Yeah, I think that's also a good idea. Sort of.
if DM is willing to allow me to retcon, because I actually have like every level up, I can change spells. I can get Rory.
I'm okay with that.
Cool. Hold
Sure.
on.
So you get
Change my
yeah.
shit.
So you guys can have Rary's telepathic bond. The whole Wolf's Guard and Wolf's Guard alone can telepathically communicate with each other for the next 8 hours, I believe. So
Awesome. So we're chatting this whole time.
yeah, you're good. You guys have a mental group chat.
Okay, well, so while that is happening, I will just tell Tarin, bring your bring your brothers here. So bring the small guys near slowly, like
Lies and lock in.
yeah, and
Cool.
then Lumi's pet parrot.
Right.
Weasel.
Fir'ual seen has seen him with the
Skippy?
ribbons.
What?
Tarin with the ribbons.
Yeah, he has.
Okay.
Fir'ual, I don't
No.
think Tarin can move through the carts, if that's okay with you.
Oh, okay.
But the little guys, they can. So yeah, unfortunately, Tarin will not be able to move. So how the big creatures are loaded into this car is they enter from the side. But these entrances can only fit up to a medium-sized creature.
They will just hide along the sides. Can he
Cool.
go up to the roof?
See Tarin.
It was dangerous.
He can stay.
Oh, Kattiana's here.
Oh, what's your purpose? Why do you need Tarin?
To be ready if I need him.
If
But
shit goes down.
I can actually like, because I have the ability to like summon him near me, so I can just poof him there
yes.
if I really need to. So,
Yeah.
but the other padulo na lang nako ang
Yeah, they can move
the
through
flying,
easily
yeah.
enough. I will give you this though. Some time has passed. By the time Lies Lookin and what's the name of the ferret, Lumi? Your ferret?
Skippy.
Skippy.
His name is Skippy.
Yeah, the 3 pass business class car, they will see that your luggage, the Wolf's Guard, has been ransacked.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
And
Oh no.
back to first class car.
I blame economy class. I'm joking.
Back to first class car. Licebeard and Stinkface. No, not back there. But Licebeard and Stinkface will have come back, and like reported to Maldogar, and Maldogar will go to the first class car, and with Pops behind him, and then Maldogar will say to Lumi, still invisible, right? We'll say to Lumi, you introduced yourself to Maldogar, right?
Yeah.
So he will say, Master Lumi, as promised, I have uncovered something within the hour. We have found the murder weapon. As he raises a dagger coated in poison.
Oh
And
no.
then he will announce to the room, it was found in Lady Harubid's luggage.
Oh no, and I'm green.
Oh no.
I sent like an
I've
eye
never seen
emoji
that
of
dagger
it.
before. I don't use daggers. I have longsword. What are you talking about?
Daggers are practically like filthy to Harubid.
Daggers sound like an economy class thing.
Economy thing. Maldegar will say,
Very pedestrian.
I understand your disposition, but unfortunately this is evidence, and I will not confirm yet whether you truly are the killer, but I must have to detain you. And then Bash and Mash will move over here.
I was nowhere near the body. I don't even know who this guy is.
They'll grab Haru.
Slowly back away. No.
Oh,
no.
really? Are you avoiding?
Lumi will answer Maldegar. First, he will say, Mr. Maldegar, thank you for finding the murder weapon, and I trust that your team is adept enough to identify this is the real thing. But you see, our bid here is we can vouch for her character. You may proceed with your process, but I assure you, she is innocent.
And then Maldegar will say, of course she will, I shall give her the benefit of the doubt yet. And the investigation continues. Do not worry.
Is such force really necessary, Mr. Maldegar?
There is no force, and you actually see like Mash and Bash are, like not like tugging on Haru. She's just, they're just walking beside her.
All right.
Very well then.
Fine. I'll be
If
civilized.
there
I'm
is
not gonna judge.
if there is no force, you wouldn't mind me being present in the room with Haru as you interrogate her?
Of course.
Master Maldegar, before you take her, please take into consideration Harubid is a fine and upstanding member of society. She's an entrepreneur and a paladin of the Holy Order of Tyr. We can also provide alibis for Harubid. This is clearly the perpetrator trying to frame her.
Maldegar will nod his head, and then he will say, of course, Lady Astra. I would hate to see my own kind behind bars any more that I've already seen. And then he will continue to saying, I believe Haru has been an upstanding citizen and a good representation of my kind, and I would hate to see her go away. I do hope I do not find any more evidence that will what's the term? That will prove that she is guilty. That will incriminate her. That's better. That's perfect. So what's up?
Lumi Lumi did say he's gonna pass by the next room.
Sure.
Only Maldegar can seemingly see him invisible, right?
Yes, that is correct.
He actually walks past this room and goes to our luggage.
Ooh. While Astra was talking to Mal.
Yep.
Go for it.
Where is the luggage?
Here in business class here.
Can Astra take the murder weapon from Maldegar and say like, may I, for us to investigate further?
You may, Astra, but I want to say that. Wait, you'll pause your Raise Dead for a bit.
No,
and then...
I haven't started the Raise Dead because I know that.
Oh shit!
Like she would need like a whole hour of like full concentration. So like she hasn't done it yet.
And then at the end of the hour you'll cast it, and then.
Yeah, because Murg, I think it takes like an hour to cast, so she didn't start it yet because she didn't want to be interrupted. Like she's in a car full of people.
How about I throw you a bone because I don't want this to drag on too much. You can, like, the Raise Dead thing could have been started and it's almost over. So Dr. Omalar
cool.
is about to be revived. And
Okay.
what do you plan to do with the murder weapon?
Oh,
Like,
she just wanted to bring it to Fir'ual so that Fir'ual could sort of like use his big PP energy to
Sure. Maldegar will
to like, I don't know, sniff it, look at it.
sure
Did you wrap the
Maldegar
murder weapon? Right?
Mal-
It's
Yeah.
no fingerprints of you.
Yeah.
Will hand
Maybe-
it to Fir'ual.
Yeah, maybe Kattiana can use her assassin's knowledge to sort of
Yes.
like, I don't know, figure out something. Who could it have belonged to? Like,
Can you do that? Is that with them?
I don't know.
Can I
You're the
tell
assassin. Like,
how based on the
what kind of person would use a dagger? Ingon si Haru bid na only economy people use daggers.
Sure. Kattiana and Fir'ual, you can make me either a perception or investigation check on the dagger. The
no?
dagger. C. Space
Crap.
in
Crap.
perception is 12. It's pretty. It's a pretty dagger. Exclamation mark. Kattiana, you missed an exclamation mark.
exclamation mark C.
Yes, sir. Space
Sorry.
investigation. All Gucci. Gucci. Nice. Sheesh.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Fir'ual, it's pretty. It's a pretty dagger. Something that cannot be bought by a cheap, thief. Not someone in economy class. And for
But you did
Kattiana,
the guitar.
for Kattiana with your investigation check, that's
Wait, I have a
really,
perfect sound effect.
really
Or-
good. Investigate. Let me see. What can I tell you?
Everything.
No. I can tell you that
Yeah.
the
so
murder
what did you tell?
dagger, the dagger looks
Yeah? Looks.
Wait, let me
Something a
think.
first class cabin person would use it.
Something along those lines. It's
Does
quite
green
elegant.
Really mean skin. Wait, sorry. Yeah.
It's
does
quite
green
elegant,
Really
it's
mean
pre-
Skin tone? Sorry,
Does
sorry.
green
what?
really
It's
mean
elegant?
skin tone? It's possibly not, but like
It could also be like newbie green,
sure.
like someone who's about to become a mage.
Dun dun.
Dun dun dun! It was Nathan all along.
Or it could be the green chicken, you know?
So yeah,
Sorry,
like
sorry. Go back
it
to
is.
the dagger.
It is very elegant. It's quite a pretty dagger. And reiterating again from what Kattiana found earlier in Dr. Omalor's wound was she found poison that was mixed with another liquid that is supposed to put someone into deep sleep. So it's kind of weird because like
The puppy.
it's kind of weird because only like if you intend to kill a person, the poison just is enough. Like the poison will kill the person, that's enough. But why is it also mixed with a sleeping liquid or like a so that's something weird.
So it's wait, where is the mix of the sleeping thing? Is it in the handle? Is it where?
On the dagger, on the blade itself.
On the dagger. So it's something that makes you sleep and the same time poison you at the same time, right? Is that what you mean?
Yes, but the weird thing is why why would you mix the two? Like, if you intend to make someone sleep, then okay, sure, you have the sleeping thing. But if you intend to kill someone, why would you still do the sleeping thing? Like,
Is
just
it possible
Maybe whoever did it fucked up.
No. I have a feeling though. Maybe the initial plan was to hurt someone with sleeping, so they will remove the suspicion on you, and then do it with a poison to someone else. You know, just slice yourself with a sleeping, and then slice someone else with a poison.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
Just
No, I'm confused. What?
no, like if you intend to make someone else sleep first, and then you mix it with a poison to hit someone else after. I don't
That
know.
sounds like, dude, that sounds like euthanasia.
Can Tarin smell to track?
Yeah, that's the yeah. I wanted to say that, like, since the weapon is planted, most likely it will never be tracked to Haru, so it could be only tracked to someone else, the one that put it there.
Question, if he's poisoned, ano na yung weapon? He stabbed sa siya or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, stab.
The
with the poison.
dagger was
coated.
it was coated with poison.
So it was like a mercy killing one? Okay, ipatulog ko man siya first.
No, it's
Before he was
not.
stabbed.
Oh, it means I think the murderer doesn't really want to hurt the person, so it makes you sleep so that there won't be any pain.
Maybe someone can like medically investigate the stab site. Maybe did it
Yes.
have time to heal, or you know?
I don't think.
Who has medicine?
Can we
Who has
just roll for
medical
medicine?
background? Who
I
has
have zero medicine.
knowledge?
I can.
Zero medicine.
I
can,
Maybe
but I'm
the
not there.
apprentice of a certain doctor.
Yeah.
Can I check? Can I medicine? Can Kattiana medicine check just for shits and
What?
Yeah.
Medicine check the doctor's wound?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, what are you trying to find out?
To see like, is it? Because that's what are we trying to find out? Like
Did it
sa
have the,
ang
like,
wound,
where it was
is it?
stabbed? Like, is the poison really like really in the system? That's one. Another one is like, did that wound have time to heal, or was it like placed after the body was dead and already like stabbed?
Yeah. Was it double dead?
The poison killed the body. The stab is superficial. It's a stab that you could survive without the poison.
See, I get it. So
So the
you make-
stab was made up.
No. The stab was very superficial, but
the stab was
poison
just
can
a way
cause the
to
death.
nick the person for the poison. Ba?
Yeah. Yes.
So the high chance is the murderer doesn't really either the one that's murdering, the murderer, is someone that isn't very physically strong, that they are not confident enough to overpower that person, so he has to do that tactic. And it could be someone that is related to the person, because
You don't want them to suffer.
Yeah, poison is a very type of murder that is very personal.
Nathan, you bastard.
So that means this whoever murdered him has a relationship with him.
Yes, has either a close relationship with him. That
Oh.
Hey, boy.
So who? So
Yes,
who?
Fir'ual looks
Yeah.
at Nathan. Hey, boy. Did you do it?
You do that?
Did you kill your master?
Of course,
Yeah,
Nathan
may
will.
naman compassion to the murder.
Nathan will shake his head and say, "Of course not. Why would I kill my
Intimidate Nathan. Somebody.
No, I'll inside check.
I can intimidate and persuade to own up to your sins, boy.
Yeah.
27.
Lie to me, bitch.
What's Lumi?
Murder
What's Lumi
weapon.
doing?
Is there a way?
Can you
That's a
do like a
murder
quick
weapon.
skip?
Unsa
Is there a
Lumi?
way to like check fingerprints?
Yeah,
Umana,
the tracking
gibuhat
from
na
the dog.
Lumi is saying something.
Can Lumi check the luggage in the like? So supposedly he walked past because Skippy is his familiar, and
Yep.
and Skippy. I mean, I can see what Skippy sees, right?
Yeah. You use an action to switch your vision to Skippy's.
Or I might have like crossed Skippy along the way and we communicated, but
Yep.
somehow I got the gist that something's wrong with our cargo, right? So that's why I proceeded.
Yep.
And then Lumi would like to do a quick investigating around, or like
Go
maybe
for
sort
it.
of like find identifying marks on like what someone left, like a print or whatever.
Go for it.
So he goes through our cargo and sees like it's ransacked, right? So
Yep.
I want to check for anything that could identify if they ransacked it. Like I think like it looked like they didn't even bother putting it back together. So maybe they have left some clues.
Sure. Investigation or perception. Yeah, one of those. But like top of your head, you can also. Oof.
Jesus Christ.
But you have a plus 12. What? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's okay. 13. You discern that the people who ransacked your luggage were the Jade Brigade, because they were investigating you guys as well. So when the two goblins were sent to your place to ransack it, that was from Maldugar's orders, is to check your luggage.
I want to pay close attention to Harubit's luggage.
Go for it. Roll another investigation.
Okay, better be better than my perception.
Sheesh,
Okay,
good
that's
job.
it, man.
All right. With Haru's, it looks like it looks like you can discern from like the indentation of like where. Oh, okay, here it is. So with everyone else's luggage, all your stuff, like your clothes and whatever, they're kind of all over. They threw open your luggage onto the floor. But with Harubid's, it's just open, and the rest of her stuff are still inside the luggage, which tells you that the murder weapon was just placed on top of her stuff.
Take a picture and send it to group chat.
Okay. Okay. So
Basically, I tell everyone.
yeah, it's interesting, like why it was so easy to find the weapon, of course. But you guys already know that it was planted, whatever, and so yeah.
I was kind of hoping for like specific, yeah, but we all know it already was the group, so I guess, yep.
Fir'ual. Yeah. So is Nadan lying? Nadan seems nervous. Nadan seems to be hiding something. But as soon as you what is it? As soon as you catch on that, Rain, after having seen Haru being pulled out of the cart and being detained, will move up and snatch the dagger from either from Fir'ual or from Maldogar. We'll try to snatch it from either one of you. And
Rain snatches the dagger?
yes, sir.
Yeah.
That sneaky bastard.
Oh, I have
And
a feeling he's the
will
green one.
hop over this booth and try to like interrupt your resurrection.
Oh my god. Wait,
Astra will be in the middle of like chanting something, and then you can sort of like feel like like energy pulsating in the room, and it's like feeling really heavy, and then suddenly like it all disappears because she gets interrupted.
Yeah.
Oh, how exactly is he trying to interrupt?
He tries to stab Dr. Omalar again. Are any of you gonna intercept him? Oh well, yeah.
Astra will, if she can.
Sure. You can easily. Rain is not, above game terms, high level or whatever. But in that nonsense, Nadan will leave the cart and will go back to sleeping car.
Astra will wrestle the dagger away from Rain. Yeah.
Cool.
And she's, what do you think you're doing?
And then he starts muttering shit like, it was me. You were right. I killed Dr. Omalar. I'm the green one.
Astra looks at everyone around her, and then she will say, there is great explaining to do. And then she will ask someone to help her restrain him.
Cool.
Explain yourself. Why did you end the life of Dr. Omilar?
And then he looks at Maldogar, and then he's like, and then he looks at you, and then he goes, he looks on edge for sure, and then he will say, I didn't like how he treated us greenskins. You know this. And he looks at Maldogar. We're better now. We're trying to be better. But he deserved what he got, is what he says.
Astra will. Is anyone else wants to say something?
Lumi would first like to say.
Also, does Maldagar see this?
Yes, Maldogar sees this.
Lumi would like to say to Maldagar, well, there you have it, my friend. Would you be so kind as to bring us back our ally, Haru?
Maldogar will, tell the Jade Brigade to do so, and Haru is free.
I knew. I'm innocent. I told you. Okay, I'm gonna join.
Maldogar's oddly quiet. Like he's It's not that he's shocked. He's like, it looks like something's weird, and then. But he is like, it's weird for him. He just detained someone like the same race as him, and then another one, is pleading guilty, whatever. So and then Maldogar will kind of like go over here so that like the three of you can hear Fir'ual, Astra, Ur'zudel. I mean, Lumi can come into, and then he will say, forgive my incompetence, Wolfsguard. I know that you believed Haru to be innocent, but I just had to go through the process properly. What happened is really unfortunate, and if you can find it in your heart to forgive me, please do.
Lumi speaks to Maldugar and says, "We understand your goal towards the lesser race, Mr. Maldugar, but forgive me if I may ask. I was just checking luggages a few minutes back, and I've been wondering if Rain speaks the truth. Why would you have found such a murder weapon as you have claimed to be in the possession of Haru?
Well, clearly, Rain planted it in Haru to frame her. He when he attacked Dr. Omalar and saw that he was caught, he wanted to cover his tracks by blaming another greenskin.
He looks at Rain's direction. Is this true?
Rain will nod furiously and then say, "Yes, this is what I did. I wanted to put the blame on Lady Haru."
Lumi looks at Rain and says, "Well, just a mere moments ago, kind sir, you were all about the glory of the green race. Now, you could have planted the murder weapon to anyone else. Why would you have it on Haru?"
Yeah. Lumi's got a point.
And then you see him like think. His eyes are like jumping all around, and then he shakes his head and then he says, "What does it matter? I confessed already. You can send me to prison when we arrive at the Bloomfest."
So I did an insight check to see if that was all true, because something's not adding up, obviously, right?
22. Fir'ual, you can tell that Rain is spouting out complete bullshit.
Yeah. Why are you lying?
Astra is gonna step forward and she will seem like irritated, and then she will say, "The time for deception is over. Now is the time for truth." And then she'll cast Zone of Truth.
Sheesh. Okay. All right.
So they're gonna need to make wisdom saving throw, charisma saving throws.
What's your DC?
20.
So no chance. He fails it.
Hero basically just says, "This is deception of the highest order."
So
I hope you don't mind if we erect a safe space for truth to thrive.
you said that to Maldugar? Who did you say that to?
Yeah, as Astra is casting, just so that it's not sus for us to cast
Sure.
a random spell that affects everyone.
Sure. Maldugar will nod and says, of course, this is a shortcut." And then he just nods and says, "Proceed." Questions for Rain? Rain doesn't even. He doesn't. Well, he had no chance to try to save from this spell.
Did Maldugar save from the spell?
Oh, including him. Oh,
Yeah,
he chooses to fail it.
okay. Astra will then So it kind of like, I think it hits Rain, Maldagar. Actually, it hits like Kamtash Milad, Haru, and Lumi too, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
And then she's going to ask Rain, is it true? Did you kill Omelar?
I did not.
Who did it? Motherfucker.
Like some sort of serum.
It's,
No, nobody has some sort of.
it's the
serum.
guy who went out already. He's hiding. I want to shoot him with my.
Yeah, I casted a truth spell already, Mel.
Oh, okay.
So who asked you? Oh no, he didn't, right?
Yeah, he didn't.
So would you know who did it?
Who did kill Omelar?
I do not know.
Then why did you say?
it was you?
To save the Lady Haru.
What?
Someone has a fan.
But why did you plant the dagger on her belongings?
You did not. You just
I did
wants
not
to.
plant the dagger. I am nothing but a barkeep here on this train.
And Fir'ual just says, I think it was the boy.
Oh boy.
The assistant.
Oh yeah.
He ran away the moment I asked him and he was flustered.
He's still in the car, right?
Sleeping car. He went
Isn't
out.
it- Do you
He
think
went out.
is he,
when Rain
is he
was-
a green one?
No, when Rain was freaking out, he
He ran away?
yeah.
Ah.
Lumi looks at Rain and acknowledges his answers in truth. Lumi turns towards Maldagar's direction and says, well, Mr. Maldagar, there you go. In this space where truth is safe, it seems that Rain did in fact not plant that weapon. What say you, Maldagar? Why was that weapon in the possession of Harubid?
It was planted indeed, but if you are implying that it came from me or my operatives, you are misled. We are just as innocent as Rain and Haru.
Wait, what?
Yet again, the greenskins have proven that we are better than what most people think.
I am not averse to this idea. I hope no offense was taken in suspecting.
None.
But just to be sure, you do not know for sure who the killer is.
I do not, but I believe that Master Fir'ual has a strong lead. And then he turns around towards to face the back of the car.
He ran this way.
You guys go after Nathan?
Yes.
Go for it.
And he has already prepared. So
But how is he green? But yes, it's Nathan. It's got to be Nathan. But like, how is he green? And even in
Green
death,
being a
was that guy
newbie.
just like a even in death was that guy a racist, or did he really just mean green like a newbie? Okay, let's go, Haru.
Let's go.
Lead the charge.
run you. You have to.
Stop him before he tries to kill someone else.
Haru, you open the door and a firebolt will come
Oh,
at
shit.
you, but it'll miss or it'll hit your shield. And then Nathan will be in the back of the far back of the room, pointing his wand at you, and then he's just shaking and like his knees are, like about to, I don't know, like about to buckle and like trip over himself. And he's like, stay back. I don't want to hurt you.
Why did you do it? Oh, I'm gonna go.
It was the doctor's plan, and I changed it, and I don't know, I hate him. I hate him so much.
What are you blabbering? What is he saying?
Doctor's
do you
plan.
mean,
What
doctor's
the doctor's plan?
What plan?
You're supposed to go to prison, like it was supposed to happen, until the other half orc came to your rescue, and you, pointing at Fir'ual now, you figuring out my lies, but you were supposed to go to jail.
It seems like the plan was to make sure you you take the fall for this, Haru. And if what he is saying is true, it is the doctor's plan to frame you.
For the
But-
price of his death?
For the price of his life?
Well, he was supposed to be asleep.
Oh, the medicine, that's why it was mixed with like sleeping stuff.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's right. The dagger was originally coated in no, stay back.
Huh?
Oh,
So-
I cast a sentinel? Oh, can I attack with an opportunity?
Wait, sentinel is when someone leaves your reach.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just closer. I'm just moving closer.
Okay, sure.
And can Astra say like, so he was planning to frame you by seeming like he was dead, but then he ended up dying on purpose. But for what reason? To
No. The dagger was coated in the sleeping agent, and I was given instructions to stab the doctor and then plant the dagger, but then before I did it, I coated it in another deadlier toxin.
Oh, Naden,
No, you don't.
what have you done?
You don't know anything. He was horrible. He was the most disgusting creature to walk on, and if it were not for my assignment and my training, I would have left years ago.
I do not find it hard to believe. He was a monster.
Okay, Lumi would ask Naden, well, we are sorry, we feel for you, Naden. But a crime is a crime. And unfortunately, we are going to have to turn you in. Someone
No.
will have to answer. But first, if maybe we could help each other out. If you're open to the idea, why would your master want to frame Harabid in the first place?
I don't even know the guy. Yeah.
Because your competition, you have the
Competition?
with your Hilot and Island souvenir.
And your master employs what business exactly?
What was that, Lumi?
Saan negosyo sa
Yeah, Rafi's right. So because the doctor is a wizard, he knows transmutation. So his business is how he earns money, or how he earns money, is by counterfeiting products from other more creative people. And he goes this far because he's earning quite a lot of money. That's why he has a lot of material components, and the diamonds that he pulled, Naden pulled out from their bag of holding, it's part of their riches and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
So Omelar was the true economy class after all.
so part of part of going to the Bloomfest for him was to not only replace your products with his own, but also poach other ideas from the other business owners that he would find in the Bloomfest.
Ah.
Say no to high elf generated art. I'm joking.
What if we just
Thank you for your and then
what if we just let him go? He hasn't. I know he killed Omelar, but Omelar seemed like such a terrible person. What if we just let him go?
Yeah, you can let me go.
I think we could also give him to
Malgar?
where he can confess everything that he knows, other crimes that Omelar has done.
He can be a snitch.
Like
Yeah.
like a
Witness
pre-bargained
protection.
witness protection?
Yeah, I could be a witness. I
You
could
start anew.
It's not just Haru's business that we've copied. There are other ones that have lost their lives. We could give it back to them.
and you are okay with this
With starting anew under a new identity?
similar again? Naiden pala.
I mean, yeah, I didn't really exist. I mean, I've been just following so
By the way, I love the Rick and Morty voice.
so he says,
Miss,
oh yeah, Lumi, what's up?
if you may be subject to these people, they seem like they are in their right minds. They are a nice group, but they are here for justice, and they might make you pay if we turn you in. It may not be very pleasant, but we can try and make arrangements, or if you want, we could help you escape in return for helping our dear friend here, Haru.
I think that Haru could possibly convince Maldokar. Haru and him have a kinship of sorts, both being greenskins. And Haru can be very persuasive and an expert negotiator.
What say you, Haru?
Yeah. Yeah, sounds like a plan. I could talk to Maldugar. Green on green.
You would,
Accept these terms, Naden?
yeah, but why I mean, I'm grateful, but why would you help me? I'm a criminal. I just killed a person.
Killed Schneider.
Yes, exactly what the redhead said. Killed Schmild.
Dead is dead.
He
Well,
did not seem like a very kind person.
well,
He was
if
barely a person.
you really mean to give me this second chance, I'll promise I won't waste it.
We look forward to seeing what you do in the future, Nathan. Though you might probably want to consider changing your name.
And profession.
Something like Morty.
Morty. I'll think about it.
You know another thing you could do? You can be a mortician.
Is that some form of necromancy? I'm only good at transfusion.
Oh, was the ritual not stopped? I think it was. Was it DM? I forgot now.
It's up to you, Astra. If
I'll say that the ritual stopped because like he tried to attack again, so like she stopped chanting.
yeah, and then you blocked the attack.
But would it have been better if the thingy was not stopped, so the crime wouldn't have been really bigger for?
For Nathan.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do another raise dead because Nathan still has like material components
Extra
for it.
diamonds, yeah.
Yeah.
We could totally raise the dead again and then like have Omelar answer for his crimes.
Yes, exactly. It is a better punishment than death.
Okay.
My vote is to leave
Would
him.
Omelar press charges and make it worse? Would Omelar press charges? Would that
He-
make it complicated?
I mean, he most likely will, but I know everything, and I can if he ever brings this to court, and I'll go against him.
Okay. Vote time. Should we take a vote? Do we want to leave him dead or bring him back alive and bring him to prison?
Prison.
Prison.
Dead.
Yami is dead. What about Kattiana? What do you want? Dead or prison?
Well, she's an assassin, so she probably wants her dead.
Dead.
Dead with endless torture.
Fir'ual, what do you think?
As much as I hate the man, I would prefer that he suffers in jail. You know.
Prison.
Yeah,
agree.
because
Death is too easy.
that is too easy for him.
Okay.
Too easy of
Haru,
an escape. Yeah.
Haru, what about you?
Yeah, he needs to get punishment for his crimes.
Okay. It looks like he's going to jail.
Yeah, imagine if he dies, he couldn't experience the pain of being burnt and healed and burnt and healed.
Oh my god.
What?
Okay.
A jail run by half orcs.
All right.
Jail run by
You know
half
what?
orcs.
Yeah. And then the next thing we know, we gotta make this like we gotta make a video that goes like, you wouldn't steal an idea. You wouldn't.
Oh my god.
You
Fire-
wouldn't kill a person.
Piracy is a crime.
Yeah.
Oh my
Pulis
god.
ako.
Ay, kamatis.
All right, so you guys do we fast forward a little bit and then Dr. Omelar is
Yes.
sure. We fast forward a little bit. Astra finishes a raise dead ritual that she attempts a second time. Dr. Omelar revives as he and then he stands up and he starts pointing a finger at Haru. It was her. She killed me.
No one believes
Haru?
you, man.
Oh, we've
She's a
answered
dog.
this already.
What? What do you mean? No,
What we-
the green skin.
Dr. Almalor, pleasure to meet your acquaintance. I believe we haven't met. I would like to introduce you to my dear friend,
half-elf.
Mr. Malvigar.
Stay away from me, you half-blood.
Can Fir'ual just slap him?
Sure,
Come
go
on.
for it.
We already know. So stop the acting, you high elf.
Acting. What? Nathan, tell them what happened. You saw it. It was. And then Nathan just shakes his head, and then Nathan says, no, no, Doctor. It was your plan, and you are going to jail. And then Dr. Omalor is just aghast. You insolent, foolish boy! And then at this point, Maldogar will come in and turn Dr. Omalar around and handcuff him with like some arcane artificed cuffs that, you know, kind of like
Stop magic.
yeah, subdue his magic powers and whatever, and then start like moving him out of there. And it's like, mark my words, you lot, filthy half-bloods and
Stop being so elfish.
Dr. Maldogar, if you could please take a note that the prison will be run solely by half orcs and goblins, if that's possible.
Maldogar will turn.
Half elves too.
Maldogar will turn. I think I can pull some strings, yes. Say, my jailers, half bloods, half orcs. No!
Yay.
Did it, guys!
GG.
Yeah.
Alright.
If it wasn't for us pesky kids.
I guess he was serving his own elf interest.
There you go. Fast forward just a little bit and we find ourselves at the Bloomfest.
Yeah,
Um,
Kattiana.
Yay, party time!
Here you go. Let's get rid
Tomorrowland.
of that. Naden is gonna stop by a little bit to say thanks to all of you. Because the train, because this was the last trip of the train, right? So the train can just stay there and chill a little bit. So Rain and Mary Pole and even Zem, they also went down the train to kind of enjoy the fest a little bit. But Naden, he faces all of you and then he speaks in a bit more confidently. So Wolf's Guard, thank you so much for what you, and I mean, thank you, and I'm sorry, and I'll keep my promise. That's all. Oh, and to express my gratitude and apologies, here, you can have this. And then he gives you like several sacks of gold.
Oh,
You guys each receive 5,000 gold each.
oh,
Yeah.
I can resurrect a lot of people.
I hope that's enough. I hope it's enough, and again, thanks and sorry.
Thank you, Nathan.
Yeah. Okay, bye now. And then he goes. All right, and just a few last rounds of roleplay. You guys can talk amongst yourselves or the NPCs and ask about what's around the fest. Haru, this is your booth over here.
Ooh, there's
I
a
see. You look
food.
pilot. With the Z.
What's it?
Souvenirs.
What's it called? Oh, what's the spelling? It's like,
I don't want to be sued.
what is it? What is it, Gani? It's a Hilot and what is it? What's the name of your business?
I think Island Souvenirs, but I think we can change the spelling.
That's
Island Souvenirs. Souvenirs.
Sure. And then Hilot Massage. Oh my god.
And pet parlor.
Oh yeah, pet parlor.
Pet Parlor. Go for it. 3 businesses. Why not? Alright.
Astra has gone to like this booth, and then she's bought like. So the bloom is kind of like Coachella. Was
it? Is it like Coachella?
Is it like, what's the vibe?
It's kind of a mix between. It's kind of a mix between. Coachella, really? Wait, I don't think
No,
so.
it's not. It's not like a. It's not like a concert. It's,
No.
Is it
It's like a. Imagine like a Yule.
Supermercado.
No, imagine like a Yule Christmassy vibe, but but like welcoming the new year, you know?
Got it. Like a Christmas bazaar.
Yeah, like Chinese,
yeah.
like Chinese New Year, but more Christmassy.
Got it. I think Astra is probably looking for like little trinkets that she can use for like spell components. And she has used some of her sweet money to buy Kattiana, like, I don't know. What's something that Kattiana would want? I'll buy it for her because I got money, baby.
Oh, I also have. By the way, I also have some rocks that I got.
Can
Astra's hometown.
Can
They're also
yeah.
for sale. 'Cause
like
I
the
have a
pet rocks,
partnership.
like the teddy
I have a
bear rocks.
partnership, Yeah.
Can Astra wear like a big shirt that says Island Souvenirs on it?
No. Like, okay, wait. What was that again? Give me a town. What was the town we went to? Like, I went to blah, and all they got me was the shirt.
Yeah. She,
My friends went to yeah. My friends
yeah,
went to
she's
blah,
wearing
and all
that
they got me
shirt.
was the
She's wearing that
Yeah.
shirt.
yeah.
All right, so that's what Astra's doing. Lumi.
I would also like to have a souvenir from Hilot Massage and Island Souvenir. I am going to see if there's any booth of interest, maybe like some equipment upgrade.
Yeah, you can buy equipment. But let me see if I'm supposed to give you anything, Lumi. No, I got you all the magic items for this season. But if you need to like upgrade equipment, you can do so if it has a gold price. If it has a price on D&D Beyond, you can buy it.
Awesome. I'm thinking more for Kattiana as well.
Wow.
Like daggers, maybe.
Go for it, spoiling
Yeah,
Kattiana.
Maybe she's trying to, but right now she's just trying to advertise Island Souvenirs, wearing all its merchandise.
Oh,
one go.
thanks you guys. Oh,
Yeah.
Walking around
thanks for
Coachella
the
wearing all those
support.
island
I
souvenirs
appreciate you.
merchandise.
Astra's like, step up, best massage in town.
This massage
yeah.
in town. Jeez.
Katty is like, so good it will kill you.
No. Kill,
You
Keal.
Kill
Keal.
you.
Keep you alive. Keep everyone alive.
Keep everyone alive. That's a good one.
We will heal you lots.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, no.
Shit.
And then in the background on the speakers, it's like Tears in Heaven.
Yeah. No, in different versions.
Big
There's like
one.
there's
No,
like
no.
a remix, like a Buddha remix.
Stairway to Heaven.
All right. Ur'zudel, what are you up to?
I'm looking around. Is there like like I'm looking around for a booth that has maybe fire related stuff or something that can practice my fire stuff with, just for fun. Maybe like a fireball
Sure.
throwing thingy.
There is a booth that has you spot a booth and you see a robe. The robe looks like a robe of the Arch Magi. And then you see behind it are like 15 other robes, and you realize they're just kanang imitations. They're not real.
Buy it. And just cast minor illusion.
Sige lang good. It's made in China.
Buy it.
Made in China.
It's
Do it. No
my
one will
God.
know. They'll never
get
know.
Too early.
you give
Plus
too
eight.
early. Yeah. Sorry,
Someone's
dude.
gonna know. They'll never know.
Mom sir, okay na kayo.
Class A.
Class A.
Class A.
They'll never know.
Wait, but the weirdest thing is I look at one of them and then one was calling to Just kidding. No.
Buy it, dude.
Silang good.
One of them is fun, secondhand, pre-loved.
Yeah,
Pre-loved.
and then when I looked at the sleeve, there's a word Zudel.
Someone can teach you.
We found this in a thrift shop down the road. We thought that we could just sell them along with the merchandise. Maybe you want to buy it? Like, oh, just oh my
What
God.
about fear?
Well, I'm just feeding my pets.
He's buying like food and like treats and toys.
And also nagpa-pet parlor.
Oh, yeah.
So they're
No, so
getting
like
broom,
like in
You're getting
store,
an ear
in
cleaning, a
SM,
nail clipping,
Yeah.
toothbrush.
like I'm being like
And
a
his request
salesperson.
to the groomer was, make his clothes sharper.
Okay.
Okay.
Then we pull out the
Can you paint his nails too?
sandpaper.
Sandpaper. Giant nail file.
And what's this? Like in SM, there's the salesperson that does it live, like the momster.
Ah, yeah.
Sample.
Oh.
And
No,
if
we
people
With
are
the-
going to paint his nails, I'm going to say, and if you're going to paint his nails, make it look like blood.
Wow.
With the
Good thing we stocked up on the finest ink from pigments of strawberry. I don't know what is.
Yeah,
bloody
you-
cherry.
there are so the your neighboring booths are you guys are like helping each other out. So you got like nail pigments and like pigments and paint from your neighbor, and they're also helping you sell some of the rocks. So the pet rocks, and they're helping paint the pet rocks. So now like the rocks have different colors, which is like shocking to Astra because you're like, what? You can do this? And
I was just raised on brown or gray. This has unlocked the whole world for me.
Yeah. And then, you know, like other businesses are like, yeah, helping each other out and like, you know, selling their wares. And yeah, what Rafi said, like street parties, but not, you know, like sinulog street, but more like imagine no medieval street parties with
Got
I
it.
don't know. Yeah. They're pop songs playing, but it's bardcore, you know, so Lady Gaga, but a bard is singing it.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
But played by like a lute.
Yeah. Lutes and flutes
Played
and
by a lute.
viols. Yeah. There you go. Princess Irel and Keys, they're on this Ferris wheel, and then Sir Harold is getting drunk at one of these, like one of the beer tents, and then Kam Tashkmilad is, you know, also in these other booths, but you don't know what he's up to. He might be trying to get money out of someone, and yeah, like Rain goes up to Haru and then kind of like with pride in his face, and then he says to Haru that, Lady Haru, truly you are inspiration to all of us, and I hope that you continue down this path, and I look forward to seeing where you'll end up.
Oh, thanks, Rain. I appreciate. I'm sorry that I doubted your and I questioned your intentions with the Wolf Guard. But you too just keep being an upstanding citizen and a good bartender, and I'm sure you'll go places. You know what? Maybe in the future I might need some help with some specialty drinks.
Oh, that'd
down the
be
line. I
that'd
would
be
love
great.
to collaborate with you on a certain project in the future.
I'd be honored, Lady Haru. I'd be truly honored. Thank you. And yeah, with that, the celebrations continue, and some time passes before some of the bards announce for everyone to gather by the like a large the center pine here, and the druids slowly start to like raise their hands and then like mutter incantations to help the pine what's it called? They're not flowers, but like the pine has like their seeds and acorns and stuff. Wait, let me see. Pine, the pines, trees.
Ooh, damn. The back.
Numerous promotions, spring months. But anyway, everyone and druids surround the pine, and then they cast an incantation on it. The leaves of the pine shake to make sure that the remaining snow and icicles fall onto the ground, and a wave of green energy pulses from the tree and into the ground as everyone welcomes Green Sprout. And with that, the blooming begins, and the Bloomfest continues on with the festivities as we zoom out and see the Wolf's Guard enjoying their time here. And that is where we're going to wrap tonight's session. GG, guys.
Oh yeah. We did it, you guys.
We solved the mystery.
This was such a cute episode.
Yeah, I love it.
So many
It's-
twists. This was such a cute episode.
Was it okay?
love
It wasn't weird. Was it satisfying?
No, it was so much fun. Like
I love
it was nice. It was like a nice change of pace where we didn't have to beat someone up. It was just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fun to
was
figure out
so
who it
fun.
was.
All
We
right.
legit, like, we thought of different suspects. Like, we really ran us around. So it was congrats.
Hey, GG.
It was a. It's like one of those like those like. I don't know, like those onsen episodes in an anime where it's like a different change of pace, but it's
Yeah.
still super cute.
like the
beach
a
episode.
beach episode.
It's a beach
Beach
episode, but
episode,
but a train.
Yeah,
Or like
yeah.
the break of
You
the
mean-
fight, and then they just go to the beach and just show their bikinis and everything.
Yeah,
Fan service episode.
the fan service
Well,
episode.
what I can say is, Omalor wasn't part of the evil mages, but I hate him the most. Man. Like,
You know what? So true. Like I felt like I have like a healthy disdain for like Daruk. But this Overlord dude, I'm like, this fucking guy.
Yeah, I know he was
hate him the
serving his
most.
own elf interest. Oh.
like I hate Api Sudel, but this guy is top of the list. Like,
It's just some casual plagiarizing racist on a train.
Pirate.
You're not a super villain. You hate the asshole.
well, the worst thing is, if he had more power, he'd be so
Yeah,
much
he'd be
more
worse.
of an ass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be worse.
Sheesh. Anyway,
You
I
know
am.
why? He gonna be like the crazy CEO.
Yeah, yeah.
Now
You
I'm
know what?
scared if he
I just
ever
watched the
does come back.
documentary
To,
too.
if he come back to finale, because Wayne is like, oh, he's going to be another elf.
He escapes prison and is just like hunting greenskins.
Yeah. No. Have you ever seen? There's a documentary about Abercrombie and Fitch.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah,
owns a
yeah, yeah,
business.
yeah.
He owns a business. He's gonna be that where they only hire white people.
Oh
He
no.
only
Yeah, yeah,
hires
yeah.
elves.
High elves.
High elves that are half body, half naked elves.
Just when Sataniel actually proved to me that high elves were better again, this asshole comes along.
I know. I was kind of tempted,
Technically,
to go
both-
to Needon and say, how did he hurt you? What did he do? Are you okay? Like, for some reason, I turned into, like, Olivia Benson and...
Oh, this takes place before Sataniel. So, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
SVU.
Okay. Still makes sense.
Oh my god, he might still come back. He might come back. No.
Also, that can explain how I'm still prejudiced here.
Yeah.
Because Sataniel hasn't taught me how to be more open yet.
Yeah, maybe he hasn't
Train
met
ride and prejudice.
this hasn't been before. We haven't met Satanael before
Yeah,
yet.
yeah.
So this is still pre-tolerant
Yeah.
for her. Good job, guys. This was such a cute app.
Yeah, it was fun.
Hey,
Yeah,
good job,
also, like,
everyone.
Oh my god, and our next
The tour.
session will go to Talocan.
Yeah, we're going to Talocan. Exactly. But yeah.
we will
This
be
is the
fighting
calm
Il
before the storm, you
Kukulkan.
guys.
I
This
can't
is like
wait.
the chill.
This is the
between-
calm before the storm, before we meet. Like, I'm so curious about Kathy's like family. Like, are they just as I don't know, hubadera as her? What's it like?
Oh, I have a song for them. They have a song, "Living La Vida Loca." No.
All right, guys. Good job. GG.
Yeah. I had fun. It
Okay.
was fun.
See you.
See
Good
you
job,
next week,
everyone.
guys. Thanks, Wayne.
Thank you also.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
See you next week.
GGG.
JJ,
GG.
GGWP.
All right, that was episode 10 of the Wolf's Guard. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Much love and peace.